Storytime. Storytime with Miss Doris. She'll read to you, sing to you. Hello, Lakeisha. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. How are you guys on today? Well, guess what? Guess what time it is? It is story time with Miss Doris. I'm so excited. I have an awesome story to read for us on today. I'm so excited. Today's story we are going to be reading is Tom Sawyer, Little Classics. This is a paperback book. Tom Sawyer. Hello, Miss Keisha. Hello, Rand, Mr. Webb Sr. Hello, how are you? And guess what? Today's color is going to be the color green. We have the green heart, and we have the green semicircle, and the green square. And guess what? Guess who our Muppet guest friend is on today? Well, our Muppet guest friend today is wearing today's color as well. Our Muppet guest friend today is going to be Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is our Muppet guest friend, along with our story reading for today, Tom Sawyer. I'm going to go ahead on and get started. I'm so excited. I would like to say hello, greet all of you all over the world. I would like to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some, good night. Someone is going to bed somewhere in the world, but guess what? You are just in time for story time with Miss Doris. Before we get to that story time song, I would like to give a few shout outs. It's going to be really quick. I'll try and hurry. Well, I would like to say hello to you, Sir Mario. Hello, Poopas. How are you on today? I hope you enjoyed your vacation in New Orleans with your family, with our family. So shout outs to you, Sir Mario, Lakeisha, J. Marie, Champagne, Alexei, Martel, Diamond. Hello, guys. Hello, Zanaya. I missed you, Zanaya. How are you on today? Hello, Seppi. Hello, Aries. Hello, Aria. And I would like to give two special birthday shout outs to Leslie Tanner and Paris Miller. Happy birthday to you on today. I hope you're having an awesome day for your birthday on today. Shout outs to you, China Denise. Special shout out to Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs, guys. As of, let's see, 8 o'clock this morning, Storytime has gained 25 new followers. Yes! I'm so excited. 25 new followers as of this morning at 8 o'clock. So our followers as of this moment, 1,316 followers. Shout outs to all of you guys. Shout outs to Constance, Tavi B, Crystal T, Janice S, Diamond R, Beth Carr Jacobs, Tiga F. Shout outs to all of you guys. Sydney B. Hello, Miss Sydney B. Welcome to Storytime. Michelle R, Kathy L, Jessica S, Laura L, Shauna Morrow, Cheryl Honeydew. Hello, Miss Cheryl Honeydew. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Doris. Jen Cooks, Nayab F, Oyunwa O, Mahalia L, Alexis Marnie, Jennifer W. Hello, guys. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Doris. I'm so excited to be reading you guys your first Storytime live story on today. I'm so excited and welcome. Well, guess what? I know you guys are ready for that Storytime song. Hello, Royce. Hello, So. Hello, Miss Tasha. Hello to all of you out there in Storytime land. Remember, when we're doing that Storytime song, make sure you're practicing safety first. Royce, Shakana, make sure you're practicing safety first when we're doing that Storytime song. I know it really gets exciting, gets you moving, but practice safety first. Don't hurt yourself. There it goes. I love that song. I think Dr. Phil likes that song too. It's story time. Hello, Poopas. Are you singing that song, Poopas? I bet you are. She'll read to you, sing to you, tell you all just what to do. I love that song. Practice safety first. It's story time. Welcome, welcome to story time. Hello, hello, guys. Story time. It's story time. Story time with Miss. It's story time. Story time with Miss. She'll read to you. Tell you all just what to do. Wow, you guys were awesome. I heard you singing so loud. I love you guys. Well, guess what? Moms, dads, nanas, papas, TTs, cousins, uncles, nieces, go ahead on and have a seat while Miss Doris read you a story on today. Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer. And this is a little paperback classic book. Little classic paperback book. Tom Sawyer. Go ahead on and have a seat. Enjoy your lunch. Tom Sawyer. Long time ago, there lived a little boy named Tom Sawyer, who was very clever, but full of himself. One fine summer morning, Tom's belly rumbled with hunger, so he crept to the kitchen to sneak some of his favorite sweet snacks, Aunt Polly's freshly made jam. But while Tom was eating, his Aunt Polly came by, looking for him. "Yoo-hoo, Tom! Where are you?" she called. Tom tried to hide in the closet, but it was hopeless. With his sticky hands covered with his jam, his aunt knew exactly what he had done. Furious Aunt Polly told Tom that as a punishment, he would have to paint the fence the next day, a Saturday. Uh-oh, Tom. Don't take something that's not yours. You have to ask first. There he goes with Aunt Jelly. The next morning, the sun was shining bright. Then Tom went set out to paint. As he gathered his supplies, Tom thought of all the adventures he could have had if only he wasn't stuck painting the fence. When his friends passed by, he sighed and tried to ignore all of their laughter. He wanted to play too. Suddenly, Tom had an idea. He began to paint very seriously, with the eye of an artist. As Tom painted, Ben Rogers walked by carrying his toy sailboat. When he saw Tom, Ben called out a big hello. "Hello, Tom!" But Tom didn't answer. He was too busy painting and whistling to himself. Ben called out again, louder than before, "Hello, Tom!" And finally Tom lowered his brush and turned around. "Oh, hello, Ben. How are you? I didn't see you there," said Tom. "It sure is too bad you have to work today," laughed Ben. "Work? I guess you could call this work, though it's not it's not every day you get to paint a fence," Tom replied, who smiled and went back to painting. I bet you guys have beautiful smiles on today. I bet you do. He's trying to get his work done. Now Ben was very interested, and before Tom could brush another stroke of paint, Ben tapped him on the shoulder. "Say, Tom, if I give you my sailboat, do you think I could paint the fence too?" he asked. "I guess that's all right," said Tom with a shrug. He handed Ben the brush reluctantly, but he couldn't have been happier. His plan was working. As the hours passed, two more boys walked by the fence where Ben and Tom were painting. And when Tom told them what a special treat it was to paint a fence, they too traded their toys to pick up a brush and paint. Eventually, Tom was doing no work at all. He had taken a break to eat his lunch. There he goes. He's sharing his job with his friends for a toy. Oh my goodness. By noon, the whole fence was painted a gleaming, beautiful white. Tom had convinced the boys to do the most of the work, and he still had the rest of the day to play. He set off skipping with his new toys in his arms, wondering what else he could do. By the river, Tom spotted his friends, Huckleberry Finn and Joe Harper, standing by the log raft. "Hey there, Tom," called Huck. "We're going to be pirates. Come join us." Tom hopped on the raft, and the three boys set off to sail for an adventure. They drifted to Jackson Island, where they pretended to be outlaws. They explored the sand for buried treasures and chased each other through the bushes, using wooden sticks as words. Tom, Huck, and Joe had so much fun. They didn't even notice how quickly the time had passed. Even when the sun set, Tom realized it was too late to travel back to town. The boys gathered wood from the forest, built a great roaring fire, and told the spookiest ghost stories. Whoa, I don't like ghost stories, I don't think they could think of. After a few hours round of campfire, they started yawning. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Laid themselves out on the grass and closed their heavy eyelids. Without a care of the world. They were really tired and exhausted. They drifted and drifted while, I think they had too much fun. They had to take a nap. In the morning, hungry and sore from sleeping on the ground, the boys decided it was time to head back to town. Being pirates was fun for a day, but now they were ready to return to their homes as little boys. They found their raft by the shore and floated back to town. Wow. When the boys arrived, the town was silent. No one was home. Tom searched his house from the top to the bottom, but Aunt Polly was nowhere to be found. Joe and Huck couldn't find anyone either. The boys wandered in the empty streets, wondering where everyone was, when they heard voices coming from the town square. Oh, guys, you guys were out on your adventure. I wonder where your parents are. Maybe they're out looking for you. Guys have to be careful. They followed the voices until they saw a large group of town people gathered around Aunt Polly. "I scolded Tom the last time I saw him," Aunt Polly cried. "I couldn't find the boys. I had no idea where Tom had went to. Where could those boys be?" Miss Polly was so hurt and so sad. She was even crying. "It's okay, Miss Polly. Don't worry. Don't cry. It's gonna be okay." The townspeople confronted Aunt Polly. saying all sorts of things about Tom, Huck, and Joe and their generous nature. Tom had never heard anyone speak so nicely about him. His heart was warm, knowing he was so loved. As they approached the townspeople, someone noticed the boys. Look, there they are. Within seconds, the boys were surrounded. Everyone was so surprised and relieved to see them. Aunt Polly ran to Tom and hugged him so tight. She kissed him on his cheeks over and over and over again. Don't you ever run off like that again, she cried. Oh my goodness, guys, be careful. When you're out with your friends, don't disappear unless you tell someone you're going with your friends. Don't ever do that. Miss Polly got a really big scare from Tom. After all the worry they caused, Tom and his friends promised to behave. But Tom still had a burning desire. Uh-oh, Tom, what are you up to? To go on an adventure. Oh my goodness. And already had a new guest in mind. When they were pirates on Jackson Island, Tom hadn't found any buried treasures. Now all he wanted was to go digging for hidden loot. Luckily, Huck wanted to join in on the hunt. The boys set off towards the forest at the edge of the town. If there was treasure anywhere, Tom was sure it would be in those deep, dark woods. As they walked, he imagined gold coins spilling from the rotten chest buried on the ground. Where should we dig first? asked Huck. Let's start looking under old trees, Tom replied, and the two began their search. Remember, guys, we're only reading a book. This is just a story, so don't go off on any adventures by yourselves without an adult. Remember, we're still practicing safety first. As Tom and Huck trampled through the woods, they heard a voice. Shh! Did you hear that? Whispered Tom. The boys crouched down, listening for movement. What is it? Said Huck. Out from the bushes darted a strange, ragged man carrying a big sack. He had a suspicious look on his face and kept glancing over his shoulder as if he didn't want no one to see him. Let's follow him, whispered Tom. Let's follow and see where he's going. And the two boys quietly began trailing the man to find out where he is going. Remember, guys, don't try this. We are only reading a story. The man walked into the mouth of a large dark cage and disappeared. Tom and Huck hid behind a bush and watched from a distance. After a few minutes, the man reappeared, but without the heavy sack. Tom and Huck looked at each other. They had to know what was in it. Tom and Huck is very curious, but I hope they don't go into that dark cage. Remember, guys, where's your parents? Remember, practice safety first. We are only reading a story. Oh, thank you so much for the hearts, Miss Lakeisha. The cave was dark and filled with winding paths. Tom lit a torch, and they wandered until it seemed like they were going in circles, round and round and round in a circle. Just when Tom worried the light was going to go out, Huck cried, "Well, I don't want to be in the dark. I'm getting really, really scared." Well, would you look at this? Before their eyes lay the sack. It was filled with gleaming, golden coins. The boys were amazed. They really found hidden treasures. We're rich, cried Hawk, throwing a few coins into the air to celebrate. But the sack must weigh 50 pounds, said Tom. He was right. The sack was so heavy, just one of them could carry. So the two worked together, to bring their treasure home. Oh my goodness, I don't think this is your treasure, guys. Make sure you're being safe. Practice safety first. Just as the boys entered Tom's house, they ran into Aunt Polly. Tom told her about their cave adventure and the strange man who left the sack behind. Then he opened the bag and showed her all the yellow coins inside. "Half for Hawk and half for me?" Tom cheered. Aunt Polly couldn't believe it. She said the strange man must have been the notorious robber who was the one seen around town earlier that day. "Thank goodness you're safe," she cried. But can we keep it?" asked Tom. Aunt Polly and hawed, and finally decided, since nobody knew who owned the pile of gold, Tom and Huck could keep it for themselves. I don't know about that, Aunt Polly. You have a picture of the man that robbed the town hall earlier. I don't know if that's such a great idea. I would be really scared. But Aunt Polly told them they can keep it. Remember, guys, we're only reading a story, so don't take something that doesn't belong to you, especially if you've gotten it out of a dark cave. I would be really scared. Tom Sawyer was now a very rich boy, but that certainly wasn't going to stop him from his mischief. But after all, there were still all sorts of capers and pranks for him and his friends to get up to. I don't know, Tom. The end. Wow, that was an awesome story where, guys, remember, always practice safety first. Today's book we read was Tom Sawyer. This was an awesome book. Remember, if you're not feeling well, always let someone know that you're not feeling well, and they will take really good care of you. And when you're out and about, or when you're out playing with your favorite toy, or with your friends, or doing adventures like Tom Sawyer and Hawk, make sure you are always washing and sanitizing your hands at all times. We don't want you guys getting sick. Remember, we're still practicing safety first. And guys, it's imperative when you go out in public, make sure you are wearing your mask at all times. Don't take your mask off unless someone tells you to. Make sure you are practicing safety first. This is Miss Storytime Mask. If you need to get a Storytime mask, order your mask today. They are only $5, and we have 7 different styles of Storytime masks. I enjoyed reading you guys a story on today. I love all of you, and remember, I know a lot is going on in society and out in this world. If you're not smiling on today, I hope once you see Miss Doris's smile, and Dr. Phil smile, that you are smiling. Have an awesome, awesome day. God bless you all. Don't forget, share Storytime videos with your family and friends. If you missed Storytime, always check out our Storytime YouTube channel, where we have over 450 stories in which Miss Storytime has read. Hello, Miss Siobhan. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love all of you guys. Don't forget, if you want to send Miss Storytime your favorite book, or write Miss Storytime a letter, or send a birthday card. I celebrating my birthday the whole month of September. My birthday is September 6th, and I like to celebrate it with you guys. Send your favorite book. The address is posted on our Storytime page and on our link on today. P.O. Box 363-214, North Las Vegas, Nevada 89031. 89031. Thank you guys. Have an awesome, awesome day. I love you guys. Don't forget to smile.